I want to try to catch this thought before I lose the cohesiveness of it. There we go. I realized today, through a series of recent events, that I carried resentment towards artists and successful artists. I realized that I had that in the first place today, right? And I also had a really great meditation under a tree and was reminded that the things that I still back burner in my life, even though I have prioritized the trades and crafts and skills that I would like to be doing for a living, I have prioritized those things in my free time. And the expense that's been left unmet has been the fact that I'm a poet, the fact that I'd like to be a musician, the fact that I'm an artist. I want to build things. I like doodling. I like designing like small art and tattoos. And then I had the thought, or the memory, of one of the times that I saw the kind of art that just really turns me on. Like spatially and intellectually, and like, you know, what it means in society to use those kinds of materials and be doing this kind of, it's usually sculpture. The art museum here used to have this, like, basically their attic floor kind of vibes. That was just all like fucking bright colors, and it was such a shock after just all the pastels, you know, all the fucking so old oil paintings that I'm so glad we have, but it's a mood, right? Go up to the top floor, it's all the contemporary art and just like the wildest fucking sculptures, and they're possibly all the sculptures actually in the times that I went to it. It's no longer there. I think all of them were made from recycled materials, like random ass found shit, like a bicycle wheel and like an old detergent bottle, and I fucking loved it. But anyway, my point. Fell in line, remembering that, and just kind of like a pattern that I've been thinking about. It brought to mind something that I remind myself often, which is truth is a seed. If you plant it, it will grow. And then I had this moment of kind of just seeing all of my life as if it were on like a linear plane, which I do that often. I get that from reading Slaughterhouse-Five when I was 21 and very depressed. And what were the aliens' names? But they talked about time. Anyway, I distracted myself. But I had this moment that it's like I had like one of those like moments of clarity that I saw like my life in a linear timeline, and then I saw all these points where I saw usually sculpture that really turns me on, usually from either like natural found objects or like societal found objects. I mean, case in point, one of my favorite things to do is take a walk along like places where I can be like on the riverbed, where there's like some like lower receded riverbed, like on the Ohio. And there's always there's trash, there's concrete, and then there's shells, and there's random super weedy native plants, um, really great river stones, really great driftwood. But like, I don't know, just 90s in the country. I think I'm comfortable with a certain level of trash and concrete with my nature. Where the fuck was I? It's been a long life. Um, I saw all these points. I got derailed talking about sculptures. All these points in my life where I saw something that just really did it for me. And realizing that even if those seeds were landing on infertile ground, as in I didn't know what to do with what I was seeing and what it meant, and what it meant for me, how it made me feel deep down. I wasn't able to be awake to that then, but I knew I was just like, sort of like, bookmark that. And I think when you do a lot of like trauma healing, you start realizing you just have these reels. It's like really deep, like filing cabinet that you pull out, and of just all these bookmarks you saved, you know, that you could not have the capacity to feel. Often that's pain if you're talking about trauma. Um, Stuff you needed to express, stuff that you didn't understand that was happening at the time. That's a lot with like, childhood abuse, recovery, and stuff. Anyway, it's been such a long day. But I realized all of this art that I've read and that I've seen throughout my life kind of planted that seed of there's something in this that you recognize. There's some like, I don't know, deeper level that I'm able to appreciate and that I interact with when I create as well, and that I've watched other people also experience when they interact with my work, and I didn't realize my whole point that I was getting to was I didn't realize that a big kind of stump in the yard that I kept stubbing my toe on psychologically was denying to myself that I'm an artist and that I would like to be an artist. I'd like to be an artist full time. I'd like to not worry about homelessness and be an artist full time. I know everything in my lifetime has taught me that that's far-fetched. Yeah. Let's end there.